Afternoon. Hope everybody is well. Happy Monday. Welcome to our first episode of Monday Market Madness. I'm hoping that you are good wherever you are watching me from, and we're going to have an exciting time. Good to see some of you. Please, on the comment section, let me know where you are watching me from. If you are in Africa, some parts of Southern Africa, I know it's afternoon for you. So for those that are in some other parts of the world, thank you for tuning in. But please, just let me know on the comment section, where is it that you are watching me from? I'll be very excited to see where people are watching me from, because I know that we've got people over the world that enjoy watching our content. So, yeah, guys, how's your Monday? Bulani Yanga didn't make it for the masterclass because you stay in Newcastle. Okay, Newcastle, by the way, Devon, we're going to be coming in Devon there. Motivation Shorty, yes, Mr. MJ, good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Some of you are from Tembisa. Super thrilled to see what MJ has for us. Yeah, Kgasi, I'm also excited to be trading with you live. I think South Africa needed this for the longest time. It's high time that we do this thing. We do this thing, enough with the gimmicks, and let's see. Neo, Johannesburg, Mamusebo. Guys, please forgive me if I don't pronounce your name well, ne? Because you know, some of you know that I'm Tswana, and some Zulu names, they're kind of difficult for me to read. So we've got Free State, we've got Tuto George, Midrand, Loris Fontaine, Northern Cape, wow. Soweto, Tabang, we've got Potchefstroom. Potchefstroom is in the northwest, watching from Pretoria West. Lethabile Breads. Lethabile Breads. This is actually where I'm coming from. I'm actually come from Lethabile. That's my wood right there. Entle Patrick. Hi everyone. Renfontaine. Yeah. Port Elizabeth also represented. Guys, thank you so much for the love. Like I said, this is our first episode together. I want to, try by all means to give you a content that is reliable, a content that you're also going to enjoy. I know most of us, we've got plans for this December, but look, let's build a community that will trade together, a professional community, a community that will build one another, not a community that will look down on one another, but a community that will be there for one another. So yeah, I'm excited to be with you guys. I know that we are going to enjoy ourselves. Let me try to put my trading view here. So yeah, guys, I know some of you are trading, you're having different styles of trading. I understand that. And I'm going to try by all means, to entertain everybody, or try by all means to put other trading styles that is going to assist you. Let me switch off my indicators there. Also, you're gonna have a chance and opportunity to suggest pairs. So if you're watching this, I'm gonna give you some time to also suggest the pairs of your choice. If you want us to look at NASDAQ, you want us to look at US30. Like I'm an all-round trader. I trade everything: crypto market, commodities market. I also trade Forex, I trade the indices, I trade stocks. And I'm not alone. I've got my ghost trader. One of my ghost traders is here. You have an opportunity to also see him. So without wasting any further of your time, guys, let's look at what do we have fundamentally. Today is Monday, the 20th of November. So scalpers, intraday traders, swing traders, it's always important to look at your calendar before you start your week. So I actually like looking at my calendar Sunday evening. I will just have a look at what is it that can be there before I execute trades. If I have trades running, it's always important for me to make sure that fundamentally, am I on the right track? Do I have red news that are going to that can disturb my setup that I have there? So far we don't have, usually on Monday, guys, you don't have much of volatility in the market, but it just depends on the market cycle at that particular time. Where is it that we are in a form of market cycle? And it's also important that the pairs that you trade, always bear in mind that the pairs that you always trade, you need to also understand their cycles, because at some point, certain months and certain seasons, they represent certain movements for certain pairs. So you would find that on a particular month, gold will be doing well or gold will not be doing well, such kind of things. So fundamentally, guys, it's important to look at our news. And before I go any further, guys, let's shout out to Mzansi, our broker for today, Mzansi Global Markets. Thank you so much. This is a broker that we have partnered with, and this is a broker that is making sure that this content is out there. So shout out to Mzansi. They are here in Sentin 155 West if you want to know more about them. But we'll tell you more about them. But yeah, shout out to them because they actually ensured that this is possible, guys, so that you can get a content like this. So what do we have on the fundamentals? Do I have my time right there? Yes, I think my time is fine. My time is fine. Let me see. I think my time is fine. I think I'm like 10 minutes late, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so British pound, we have the BOE, Bank of England. We've got the Governor Bailey will be speaking at a particular moment at night. So that's basically what we have on the British pound. Tuesday, what do we have? Nothing that much. AUD, we're going to be having the RBA, the governor for the Balog. So these ones I don't really, pay much attention to. So today, as you see, we don't have much traffic. So let's just focus on Monday. What is happening Monday? And then let's get into the charts. Let's get into the charts. So I'm going to start with the dollar index. It's important to always start your chart with the dollar index just to see, because overall, you know that I'm going to give you a better chart because I know this one is the chart that I usually like using. So let me give you something here. All right. So what do we have on the monthly? Like I said, guys, please, I'm going to try by all means to accommodate everyone. If you are not trading a monthly chart, please bear with me. It's always important to start seeing the cycle of the market from a higher time frame. So monthly, as you can see, that we are having a very interesting market here at a certain price. We retested this price at some point, which is 101.757. So we had a nice retest here, and with the people that I was trading with last week, I was actually telling them that we need to be careful of that retest because that retest seems to be too obvious. The retest that we have here, according to where I'm standing, I wouldn't want to be taking any buy positions for this. So, but this is for me, guys. And please, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you whether to buy or whether to sell. But if I buy and you buy with me, do it at your own discretion. I know I'm going to be taking live trades. I've got my live account here ready. So I know that I'm going to be taking live trades. If I find a setup that looks suitable for my trading style, I'm going to be taking some live trades there. So on the dollar index, what we are having basically here, we are having a retest around these areas here, but I'm not going to be too quick to be looking for buying opportunities because normally when the market retests a certain a resistance that acts as a support, you will see that you find a lot of orders piling up, and usually what will happen, the market will go down before it goes that direction. So you will find that the market will try to come at these areas here, then go back up. So for now, I'm not interested in looking for buying opportunities as far as the dollar index is concerned. Even on the weekly, as you can see, I don't have anything there. But I'm just going to be looking at how we behave around these areas here. And it's a Monday. I'm not looking to go all aggressive on it. If I take my trend line and I put it where we are right now. So this, for me, this is going to be a very interesting area to see how we can play around this area here. Because the market is being, for me, there's so much liquidity here, and this is going to determine what happens around this area here. For those that are trading patterns, your reversal patterns, you're going to see this as a nice inverse head and shoulder, and I'll be looking for buying opportunities there. But like I said, you just have to wait to see. So this is for people that are trading long term. I would say that for now, I don't have anything there. Also on the daily, I'm on the daily chart right now, but you also need to look at the fact that we are having a trend forming here. With experience, you normally can see if a trend is forming from a particular direction. So at these areas here, you can see that we are forming a downward trend to the downside, but we just have to see the accelerative movement that will come in. Also looking at the fact if we are having anything fundamentally that can push the market to a certain price. right? So at the moment, we are just looking for this price to come here. Depending on the behavior there, that's when we are going to be executing our trades. Remember, most of your time as a trader, you don't spend time as a trader trading. You spend most of your time analyzing and looking at what is happening with regards to the past of that particular pair, right? So that when you execute trades, you know that you've got enough data. I always stress about data. Have enough data wherever, so that you know that next time when you take a trade, you are comfortable because you've got enough data when it comes to that particular pair. So I would say that for those that are looking at this at the moment, I don't see anything on the dollar index. For me, this will be a gamble for me to be looking at buying or selling this thing where we are, because we are in no man's land, right? So for me, price around this area and here, that's where price is going to make sense for me. But where we are currently, we are in no man's land because the trend line is also being supported there. So we might have a nice 3 touches there. As you can see, might have a first touch here, a second touch here. Let's see the reaction around this area there. That's when we can take our trade for a buy setup. Again, remember what I said to you. I'm not giving you any financial advice. This is how I'm going to be trading this market. If you want to trade, you want to take it as I'm taking it, it's all on you. So please, guys, don't say that MJ has started the channel and he's giving signals, because I know my inbox has been booming with people asking me if I've started the first YouTube signal group. So this is not a signal group. So yeah, I'm looking also from the 4 hours. If you look at this from the 4 hours, we are having a nice downward trend. So, but we also have to see that if we are having a downward trend from where we are we going to get a reversal pattern around this area to the upside? That we don't know, but you can only find out when you study the behavior around these areas here. So if I take also my trend line from where I am right now, and I'll be looking at, for those that are doing intraday, they can say, all right, let's take this thing to the upside from where we are, right? Oops. Patience is key, guys. Patience is always key when it comes to these markets. Patience is always key. Patience is always key. So some can see this as a third touch. My problem with trading with trend lines and you don't have that confirmation is that by just using an excuse for just having a third touch there, I don't think it's enough for you to just say you just want to take the market to the upside. I would say the safest point will be this price here. And I'm going to send it on our Telegram group, 101981. That's where this market, for me, that's where it's going to be interesting. And guys, please, if you are not on our Telegram group, what are you waiting for? Go on our Telegram group. The link, I think the link is down there. Go on our Telegram group. These setups that we see. And I'm not only live on Mondays. I'm live every day. I'm only live on Mondays on YouTube. So every day you will tend to analyze and trade with me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to be trading together, but it's going to be we're going to use Zoom for that. We're not going to use YouTube, right? So you have an opportunity to trade with me as well from tomorrow. So it's important that we usually gather on Mondays, try to pick up all the information that we have. Also look at the comments, look at the suggestions that you have there, so that when we get into the week, we already know how many people are looking at, so that we can gather some stats. You see? So yeah, as it stands, for me, guys, I'm on the sideline on the dollar index. I'm just on the sideline, and I'm just going to look at the way it is. Euro USD. As you know that the Euro USD is just the opposite of dollar index in most cases, right? The level in which we are in, very interesting. This level for me is very interesting. Why? Because of this. This was actually the high of This was the high of 98. Some of you, I don't think you were born. If you were born in 2000, some of you are not born. This was in 98. This was the high of 98. We had a rebound or a test of this price again in 2008. So right now we are in 2020. No, this is EJ, man. This is EJ. This is EJ. I don't have EURUSD here. This is EJ. Yeah. By the way, that EJ is very interesting. I know my trading partner has a certain buy on it. All right. EURUSD is normally the opposite of the dollar index, right? So what do we have? Remember, you start from the monthly. Look at it from the monthly. It will be interesting to see if we have a nice trend there, trend line there. Again, this price had a retest around this area. If you sold here, that was too premature, because you sold here because of how everybody is taught that a retest of, if you break support becomes resistance, a retest, you sell that. That's too premature, guys. That's too easy. The market maker is not just going to allow you to play like that, and you'll be looking at selling here. That was too premature. So by looking at it the way it is, I would say that selling on the euro at the moment, again, it will be premature. It will be premature. So, how am I going to be looking at this? There's liquidity there. There's probably liquidity there. So, obviously, if many sold here, where will their stop losses be? Here, right? The stop losses will be here. So, orange will represent the stop loss. Oh, I might as well use this. If you sold here, so gray is the stop loss, ne? If you sold here, your stop loss will just probably be here, and your TP will be here, and thinking that you're going to have a 1:1. That's too easy, guys. That's too easy. That's too easy. You cannot be focusing on this market like this. See, for me, a sell, if I'm swinging this, will make sense if it's here. That's where a sell will make sense for me, right? And remember, fundamentally, we don't have anything as far as the news are concerned. We don't have any red news, right? For me, a sell will make sense there. That's why most of you, when price hits your stop loss, what basically happens is it goes your direction. And that's why you think that witchcraft is happening. It hit my stop loss, it goes my direction. So you'll be blaming the broker, you'll be blaming the ancestors, you'll be blaming God, you'll be blaming the devil and all these things, right? It's usually taking premature setups. So for me, I would actually want to take it here. Even if this was on 15 minutes or it was on 1 hour. That's where I will be taking this thing. All right? For those that are trading Fibonacci retracement. So let me add 70 thingy. 0786. So for me, that will be between 618 and 786. You see, this is where I can be looking to take this thing, and I drop with it. All right? So I'm not looking to entertain the selling for EURUSD, and you can see how strong it is. Right? This is a monthly chart, by the way. Look at last month. We had only few points on this. It was not as strong as it is now. So the bullish momentum when it comes to this is too much, right? It's too much. So you can't be trading against this. The momentum will be too much. So be careful when you do this kind of things, guys. Yeah, I'm being serious. Sometimes you think that there's a voodoo against you, and it's just that you don't have patience. You don't have patience for this market. So things happen so quick, and you get distracted, and it hits your stop loss, and a lot of things are happening. So how am I going to be approaching this? Go on the weekly. If we can penetrate these levels here, then that's where I'm going to be looking at. And how many points can this be from where we are? We have around 500 and something points to get there, of which is possible. And I'll tell you why it's possible. Look at the points for last week. 250 points, this thing moves. So if it moves another 250 points, we are 70% close to the target where we want to be taking these things. And this is for swing traders, right? If you are scalping, what I'm saying right now is irrelevant. Wait for me to get to the lower time frames. I hope you are enjoying, guys. I hope you are having your coffee. I had my coffee. I think it's cold by now. And I've got my ghost here also waiting to look at some things with me. Guys, you ready for the ghost? The ghost will be here very shortly. It will be here. And don't compromise or capitalize on trying to figure out who's this guy and all that. I know you traders, you've been now saying a lot of names. I think this is who this is, you know. Yeah, guys, so on the daily, we might see some nice sells here. That will still lead us to the position where we want to go, then have an overall downward trend there. If this will stand as it is, then we'll be looking at a nice trend there. Then this is where we can be looking. So that's where I'm going to be taking my sell there. So selling position will be coming there. This area here, I'm selling. Right. Again, this is not a financial advice, guys. This is where I'm going to be taking. And if I'm going to be taking it here, this is where I'm going to put my stop loss. And I'll show you also on the thingy. I'll show you on my stop loss on 4 hours. Let's try to see what do we have on 4 hours as well. Metallic is asking, who's the ghost? Namangazi. Even me, I don't know. Even me, I don't know. Yeah. So I can comfortably have a nice 1:3 risk reward on this. To the downside, right? On 4 hours, it makes sense. On 4 hours, for me, it makes sense. But if I want to be scalping this, where I am right now, I can be taking a sell. But like I said, it's a Monday. I'm just going to be looking at how the market can move a certain direction. Then I'm going to take a position there. So I've covered these major pairs, guys. Obviously, it's the dollar index. Do you have any suggestions on the comment section? Please let me know. What is it that you want me to look at? I know NASDAQ is in your head already. Gold, guys, we caught some nice gold. We caught some nice gold. Was it last week? Yes, Friday. We caught some nice gold. If you check on my Instagram, there's a video that was uploaded there. I spoke about this gold. So this is where we caught it. So we saw this. And then we anticipated the market to reverse around this area here. And our stop loss was just here. And yeah, we had a nice 1:2. Stop loss was around this area here. Yeah, 1:2.5, if I'm not mistaken. That's how we caught our gold. Check on my Instagram. That's what we have there. Effortless is saying we short on US 30. That will be interesting to see. Yeah. So guys, on gold, I'll be looking to buy this gold again today. I'm looking at by how much do we retrace to the downside. If I get a nice rejection, that is according to my rules, rule-based strategy. Remember, I'm buying this around this area because I believe that we are going back to 2000. We are currently trading at 1,968 an ounce. I believe that we are going back to 2000. And again, that's my opinion, guys. It's not a financial advice. I'll be looking at buying gold around this area, but it has not reached there. I will wait for it even on 1 hour. If I get a nice rejection here on gold. I want to see how this candle will close. I think I might take this trade while we are still here live. I think I might take a nice buy here to the upside because our TP on a sell is already hit. Check on the Instagram, guys. I have it there, all there. So around this area, I'm going to be looking at buying gold. What time is it now? I want to see if this candle can close with a rejection. I'm going to be buying this gold to the upside. I'll be buying this to the upside. It'll also be interesting to see what Ghost has for us. Effortless. You are short on what? US 30. Okay. I don't think this US 30 is. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. And I know your reason for shorting this thing will be this resistance here. Well, I beg to differ. Effortless. I beg to differ. I'm sorry. I beg to differ. But I'm looking at the look. Normally, when you have an accelerative movement of what we see now, there are two things price will do. If price is interested to go down, and I'll show this with the EJ. If price is interested in going down, it will not take time. It will not hesitate. For me, the way it's hanging out there, I think it's just trying to call some others. Because it's hanging around this area here. If you go on 1 hour, this is consolidation for me. This is consolidation for me. You see, price is not going anywhere. So how I can take this, your sell will be confirmed if I have an accelerative movement, an impulsive movement, and some kind of corrective movement to a certain price. Then I can say, okay, fine, it will be safe for me to take the sell so that I can have a third touch there. If I'm trying to connect this here, let me see if I can try to connect it from this end here. Right, then this can be a sell for me. But I prefer buying and see what will happen here. Impulsive movement, then I buy. Ish, load shedding will join next session. Aya, I'm sorry. Yeah, it will be uploaded. Yeah, guys, it will be uploaded. My producer just told me that it will be uploaded. Guys, I'm not alone in the studio. No, I'm not sitting in my back room with one ring light. And I'm actually having a whole crew here that assisted me with this. So my producer just told me that this will be uploaded when I'm done. But it's important for you to interact with me. The whole purpose of this, guys, is to have fun together, trade together, and cry together, you know. And if you didn't attend the masterclass, there's another one coming soon. We actually have a landing page where you are going to book for your seat for the next one. December, we're going to have a massive one. We're going to have a big masterclass for psychology. And next year, we'll be touring South Africa. So we'll be going in each and every province. We're going to try to hit all 9 provinces in a short space of time so that we can cover as many people as possible. So with the US 30, for me, let me see if I can have accelerative movement. If price can accelerate for me at some point and correct to a certain level, if it can correct to this level here, then I'm going to be executing my buys there. Again, guys, this is just my method of trading with also nice risk reward, right? For me. A premature buy will be here. That will be a premature buy. But the one that will be safe, it will be here. Right? So it will also be interesting what the Ghost has. Remember, we analyzed together, but yeah, Noni says same analysis, Mr. Kgasi. On US 30, it's still consolidating, no clear buys on this. I agree, because this is just been doing like this since morning. So let's see. And again, it's Monday. I know some people Monday, they don't trade. And I'm not that type of a person who says Mondays I don't trade. I trade what I see. I don't trade what I feel. So if there's a setup, I'm going to trade it. But for me, this is consolidating. For now, I'm going to leave it as it is. You have to come to the Northern Cape. Definitely, I'm coming to the Northern Cape. Where exactly in Northern Cape? I'm coming there. Definitely. All right, guys. Let me ask Ghosty to come. Ghosty is going to come, but I'm coming back. I'm just gonna look at some few fundamentals, then I'm gonna be coming back. Be ready for Ghost. Be ready for Ghost.
Hello guys, hello guys, hello guys. We are about to start, so at some point, I'm your guest for today. So yeah, knowing me, it's not that important. What's so important is us getting back into the charts, right? It's us getting back into the charts. So with us, we are going to be looking at Nasdaq and USDT. So we are more on the indices side, and with the strategy that we are using, we are using uh, smart money concepts, right? So definitely, let us begin. Let us begin. Let us begin. So also, if you are looking at the very same setups, you can definitely mention in the comment section. We are going just to take advantage of the session whenever it opens. We are just going to take advantage of the session, right? Of the momentum that's going to be there at at uh, at 4:30. So let us begin. So we are just going to remove everything here. Remember, as we said, we are using smart money concepts. So we are going to start our analysis on an H4 time frame. So let's go to an H4 time frame. So whenever you look at USDT, right, it's definitely sitting in a major like zone. You understand? As you can see, it's a key area. You understand? If you can look at it in this way, you can just draw it like that, and then you check. We pushed to the upside, right? And then we broke down. You understand? Once we broke down back into that resistant area, and then from there we struggled to break that area to the upside. You understand? So with USDT, what we are expecting now, it's just a little bit of pullback and then a push to the upside to just grab liquidity that is resting above that area. You understand? And then from there, that's where we can definitely start pushing to the downside. You understand? So let us start. Let us start. So that's what we are seeing, right? So if you can look at it in this way, if we come here, we have an overall high, which is this one. This is our overall high, right? And then here we have our overall low. So if you can look at it in this way, after USDT created that high, it's been playing below that high for a very long time until here where it created a low and then it started pushing. It's still inside the range of the high and the low. It hasn't taken out the low, it hasn't taken out the high. It's still inside, you understand? So if you can check, we have our supply area here, you understand, our supply area, which is the last bullish candlestick before the push to the downside. This is the last, let me mark it. This is the last bullish candlestick before the push to the downside. So as you can see, we are about to, so we have to mark our supply area, which is that one, understand? That's our first, it's gonna act as our first target. So we have our supply area here, and then we mark it. We mark and drag to the right, as you can see. Let's also remove this. So we have our supply area there, you understand? And then we have our area of liquidity, where liquidity is being created. Where liquidity is being created, which is here. So let us mark our area of liquidity. Where is the trend line? So this is our area of liquidity, right? Meaning a lot of liquidity has been created here, guys. If you can check, we have a lot of people who took selling positions here, and then even here, you understand, even here we have a lot of people who took selling opportunities. Even here there are people who are still holding sells, you understand? So that area became an area of liquidity. That area became an area of liquidity, you understand? So please explain terms as you go through the charts. Yes, I'm trying to do so. So just bear with me. So since, okay, liquidity, it's resting above that area, right? And then we can definitely see that from there the market has been breaking structures to the downside, meaning this is our break of structure followed by our second break of structure, which is this one here, right? And also here, also here, right? This is our break of structure. So whenever it comes to smart money concept, how do we identify that the market is changing direction? So we see by the market creating a high whenever it's trending down, right? Whenever it's trending down, and then it creates a high, and then it goes down, then it comes back, it takes out this high, that becomes a change of character. You understand? It becomes a change of character, meaning the market is changing the trend. You understand? So we have our change of character exactly here. This is our change of character. So let me just change the color so that you can definitely see that this is a change of character. Let me use white. Yeah, this is a change of character followed by a break of structure on top, then a break of structure there. You understand? And then a break of structure there. So this is what we are looking at on USDT. We had an impulse move to the upside and then correction, What are we expecting? We're expecting another impulsive move to the upside to grab liquidity that is resting above this area here. You understand? And then probably we might react from that high there, which is 35,688. You understand? And then from there, that's where we can definitely start pushing to the downside. So let's go to our smaller time frame, which is our 15-minute, or let's check 1 hour. Sorry, let's check 1 hour. So we can definitely see that US30 it's sitting inside this range, right? There are two ways where the market can just break this range. You understand? The first one, which is keeps on ranging and then it grabs liquidity below this range. You understand? Whenever the market is ranging like this, it's collecting buyers and sellers at the very same time. You understand? So we might take out liquidity below and then a push to the upside. You understand? Before we can push, we might grab liquidity. You understand? Because we also have people who took early buys and people who took early sales. You understand? So with the market can just play around inside that area until it takes out the low of the range and then it goes for the high, just like that, and then it continues pushing to the upside, just like that. You understand? Just like that. So also there is another way, as you can see, since we are still in a ranging market, we can consolidate and take out the high first and come for the low and then a push to the upside. Because with the market, remember, the market is always chasing one thing, which is liquidity. The market is chasing liquidity. So let us see. So also, if we can find a trade, we can definitely take advantage of the session, right? Whenever the session opens, we can definitely take advantage of the session. So whenever you look at your US30, you can definitely see that on 1 hour we have a supply zone there. You understand? We also have a break of structure here where the market broke the high and created a new high. You understand? This is a break of structure here. Let's change the color. And we have last week's low, which it was this one, Friday slow. You understand? And then we zoom in. So with today, whenever the market opened today, it managed to create a high here and a low here. You understand? A low here. So at the end of today, the market has to take out one of these two levels. So whenever you look at it in this way, with the session, whenever it opens, we might push to the upside. We take out today's high. We test the supply zone, and then from there we push to the downside and take out the low. We are still in the range. Remember, we are still in the range. We take out the low, grab liquidity on the sell side, and then we can have our final push to the upside. You understand? So this is definitely what I'm looking for on US30. This is definitely what I'm looking for on US30. You understand? But it needs to take out this area here. You understand? Once it takes out this area here, then that's where we can definitely start looking for buys. Or it can also end in two ways. If it respects that area there, if it respects this zone here, we can definitely push to the downside, grab liquidity, and then we start pushing to that overall supply zone. You understand? So this is what we are looking at on USDT. So if USDT respects our area there, we can definitely look for sales before the session opens. We can definitely look for sales if it respects that area, which our entry is gonna be below here, and then we target this low. You understand? It's not an overall movement, guys. It's not an overall movement. We are just taking advantage of the session and the market. It's ranging. You understand? It needs to complete the range. It needs to complete the range. So this is what we can look for, meaning our entry, it's gonna be our entry level, it's gonna be at 34,951. You understand? Our entry level is gonna be at 34,951, and then we put our stop loss above that area, which is 35,000, exactly at 35,000. You understand? And then we just monitor the market as it goes. You understand? So this is what we are definitely looking at, because even if you can drop on your 30 minutes time frame, you can definitely see that we have a full supply zone here, which the market mitigated, and then now it's trying to break below the supply zone. So once it breaks below the supply zone, we are going to be looking for an entry there, and then probably we target one of these two areas, our first target, and then our second take profit. So our TP1 is gonna be, once we get this sell entry, our TP1 is gonna be at 34,882, which is this one. And then once it breaks this one, then you can use this one as an overall TP, which is 34,816. You understand? Which is 34,816. And then we just hope for a blue Monday. Remember, today is Monday. The market needs to still form a structure for you to utilize. You understand? It needs to form a setup for you. You understand? Meaning, as long as USDT is still inside that range, you understand, there is no setup unless if you use impulse, correction impulse, you understand, or it breaks the range to the downside with a bullish engulfing candlestick. That's a confirmation that, okay, it's respecting that area that we marked on a 4 hours time frame. You understand? But with this buy, with these sales, it's not long-term sales. You understand? Where you can just hold, sell the market, and continue holding. You understand? So definitely, this is what we are looking at. You can definitely see that USDT is respecting our supply zone, which is this one here on our 30 minutes. It mitigated the supply zone and then it broke below. Once we have this full candlestick breaks below the supply zone, that's where we can definitely take advantage of the sales. You understand? So also, if you are interested in taking the trade, we definitely gonna look for an entry exactly at let me look at the time, which is 16:28. Yeah, definitely 16:28. So let me, 16:28, meaning we are left with 7 minutes, you understand, for you to be taking a trade. only if you are interested in taking a trade. It's not like we are saying take a trade, you understand? Because there are people who don't trade on Mondays. So don't break your rules, stick to your rules. Whenever you don't trade on Mondays, don't trade on Mondays, you understand? So that's how it is, guys. Also, if you are having any questions, you can definitely ask in the comment sections. So for now, we are just waiting for the market to respect our supply zone. Once it respects our supply zone, we are definitely jumping in with sells on USDT. Obvious, since we are not expecting a lot of momentum, you can definitely use proper risk management whenever it comes to taking these sells on USDT. You understand? That's how it is.
I'm back, guys. I'm back. Had a good coffee. I'm back. Hope you are also well wherever you're watching me from. Yeah, as you heard from the ghost, there's a setup that he has there on US 30. I have this on. Let me try to open my thing here. So, guys, as I said before, there are a lot of things that we're going to be looking at. For you, it's always important to figure out what works for you. If you feel like there are some things that you don't see there and we are not trading them, remember again, we are not giving you financial advice, all of that, but it's important for you to bear also in mind that this is how we trade. And all right. Okay, so like I said, I'm looking at buying around these areas here. Gonna be looking at buying around these areas here. As you saw, my MT5 is ready for an execution around these areas. If I go on a lower time frame, I want the market to switch over from a downward trend to an upward trend once I see higher highs there, even on 5 minutes. Even on 5 minutes, I'm going to be buying. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Also remember, on Telegram group, we are working 24 hours. Our Telegram group is working 24 hours. So that's what we have, guys. Gold, we're buying. It's only just because of time that we cannot take it now. But if on 5 minutes, we have a break of this, there, then we'll be happy to buy this, take it to the upside, right? So yeah, we just need the market to switch from a downward trend to an upward trend, take the trade. Like also what Ghost said, we are it's a Monday, guys. We have a Monday. The only trade that we had running was that gold, a sell on gold. We don't have much. Nasdaq, I also did an analysis on it. We'll be looking at taking it. So stay tuned also on our Telegram group. We are there and we'll be trading. I'm going to send the setup again. This setup, I'm sending it on the Telegram group. Let's wait for this thing to turn from a downward direction to an upward. Then we'll be looking for buying opportunities. Guys, please don't forget, get on the Telegram group. My producers say my time is up. It was good to have you guys. Remember again, on the Telegram group, you're going to be getting a link Tomorrow, 3:30, we are live on Zoom. Tomorrow, 3:30, we are live on Zoom. Ensure that you keep on checking the Telegram group. The Telegram group is always going to give you information on what is happening. The Telegram group is going to give you direction. So yeah, guys, remember again, tomorrow is also another episode, another exciting time. Industry chat, 6 o'clock. It's happening. We're gonna be having a nice time there. Also, tune in, guys. Top Trader South Africa. We're gonna be tuning in. Thank you so much. I hope you are blessed wherever you are watching me from. I hope to see you again tomorrow. If you don't have Zoom, download Zoom and let's be together. Remember again, Telegram group. You're gonna get all the content. My social media handles are there. Trade with MJ Givens Kgasi Telegram group. Trade with _MJ Givens Kgasi. That's my Instagram. MJ Givens Kgasi. Obviously, this is a channel that we are using, guys. It was good hanging around with you. Remember, every Monday this is happening, but only on YouTube. Tomorrow we are together. Thank you so much. God bless, guys.